There are two kinds of people in the world, Johnny von Neumann and the rest of us. This quote is attributed to Eugene Wigner, a Nobel Prize-winning physicist. Born in Budapest, Hungary in 1903, young Johnny quickly gained a reputation as a mathematical prodigy. By the age of 6, he could divide 8-digit numbers in his head and had mastered ancient Greek. While other kids were busy playing with toys, John von Neumann was playing with entire systems of logic. His brain was like an overclocked computer before computers even existed. Von Neumann published his first mathematical paper at age 18. He earned a degree in chemical engineering in Zurich and a doctorate in mathematics from the University of Budapest in 1926. In 1933, he joined the Institute for Advanced Study at Princeton. He was the youngest permanent professor of that institution and a colleague of Albert Einstein. In 1943, von Neumann was a consultant to the Manhattan Project at Los Alamos, New Mexico, where the first atomic bomb was built. His work on the bomb led to a presidential appointment to the Atomic Energy Commission in 1955. Von Neumann also helped develop the first electronic computer, the ENIAC, at the University of Pennsylvania. Von Neumann's contributions to quantum mechanics are still considered foundational. One of his most famous achievements was creating the mathematical framework for quantum mechanics, though, like everything else, he made it look easy. Imagine explaining the baffling concept of wave-particle duality, and von Neumann's approach was, hey, let's just treat it all as mathematical operators. His work led to the now famous von Neumann algebra, which sounds like a math class no one would want to take unless you're von Neumann, of course. Von Neumann's genius didn't stop at theoretical physics. In fact, he played a massive role in the birth of modern computing. He designed the architecture still used in almost every computer today, the von Neumann architecture. Without him, who knows? Your smartphone might still be a chalkboard. Funny enough, von Neumann also played a part in what we now call a computer bug. While working on the ENIAC, von Neumann famously joked about a moth that had gotten stuck in the machine. And thus, the term computer bug was born, though, like many things in von Neumann's life, it was both brilliant and hilarious. Von Neumann was so far ahead of his time that he invented game theory, a mathematical framework for strategic decision-making that revolutionized economics, political science, and psychology. While the rest of the world was playing checkers, von Neumann was playing threed, interdimensional chess. His famous book, Theory of Games and Economic Behavior, co-written with Oscar Morgenstern, laid the groundwork for everything from poker strategies to international diplomacy. In 1930, von Neumann married Mariette Tocqueville. They had one child, Marina, who later gained prominence as an economist. Von Neumann's first marriage ended in a divorce after Mariette fell in love with physicist Werner Cooper. Their 1937 separation was amicable and provided for Marina to spend her teenage years with her father. Von Neumann promptly rekindled ties with a childhood sweetheart, Clara Dan, who was herself married to someone else. Dan divorced her husband and married von Neumann in 1938. This second marriage lasted to the end of von Neumann's life. Clara was an intelligent woman who shared many of her husband's interests and took jobs programming computers. His insights went so deep that the concept of mutually assured destruction during the Cold War was based on game theory principles von Neumann developed. He essentially convinced world leaders that if everyone was ready to destroy each other, no one would actually do it, a grim but effective piece of logic. Despite his towering intellect, von Neumann was a surprisingly social and affable figure. He loved parties, fine dining, and good company. He was known to have an absurdly large appetite, both for food and for vodka, and could hold court with his colleagues long into the night, all while spouting off theories that would take most people years to understand. John von Neumann passed away at the age of 53 in 1957, but his legacy remains as a testament to human brilliance and humor. He was a man who made towering contributions to science and society, yet never took himself too seriously. His ability to mix intellect with wit, theory with practice, and a love for life with a love for learning made him one of history's most unique figures. So, the next time you boot up your computer, think about von Neumann because he's probably laughing somewhere, knowing he helped invent the machine that allows you to read about him today.